babies. How's everybody? I hope you had a nice weekend. Did some of the things that you wanted to do. Went some of the places that you wanted to go. I've gotten myself what you call a little cold here, what you call a summer cold. And I'm telling you, it can really get into them ears and, things like that. It can really get to you sometimes. But, let's stop thinking about me. Oh, I want to push them buttons and let me see who's looking and who's listening, who's still interested, and maybe I need to change the subject. Maybe I need to talk about something different. I need your help. I really would like to have your help and some suggestions and things that you might want me to do and not just be the same thing all the time. I want to try to make everybody happy here, not just Barbarian, because it ain't nothing but my ideas and my way of doing things and how I would do it, which don't always make it right. But maybe it might help you out in some kind of way, and give you some kind of idea which road to travel. Because we're out here sometime by ourselves. And trying to make it is a hard thing to do, especially if you have a child or children involved in the whole situation. But you can do it. Don't tell yourself that you can't. If they did it back there in the slavery times, they can sure do it now. So, let me know what you think. And let's get on with this.
Alright, this is more like a suggested topic. It says, unlike most of the people who have written that, my topic does not have to do with a relationship or personal issue. However, I would like your perspective and insight on being a woman. Mainly, I want to know how respect and how a young lady presents herself when you were growing up compared to now. Please explain to the viewers how young ladies carry themselves, dressing and speaking, and the way young men approach them. Give your views on how today's young ladies are displaying themselves and allowing men to approach them any kind of way. I know women complain that men ain't shit, but then again, what exactly are the women putting out there? Like the Temptations sang back in the 80s, treat her like a lady. But then again, she dress and act like a lady and demand respect. But then again, does she dress and act like a lady and demand respect and equality? Thank you and stay blessed and highly favored.
Well, it's a lot of things covering that topic that you just asked me about. For number one, no, we don't do things the way we used to. When I was a young girl, women didn't say the things that they say now, or do, or dress the way that they do now. I remember when the short skirts came out, what they call the mini skirts. And, oh, God knows I wanted one. I didn't have a job at that time, and I just was just babysitting to make money. And I could earn some money and went on in town. It was a nice Sunday afternoon, and I finally got this skirt that I wanted. I had laid it away and put the last little bit of payment on it. Got it, and I was quite happy with it. I put that skirt on, me and my girlfriend, we were dressed to go out for this party. Well, I consider myself looking very nice. But even though I had never worn anything short before. And I pulled and tugged and pulled and tugged. I was so uncomfortable with this skirt. I looked it nice, but I was just uncomfortable. All night long we went to the parties here and there, and I'm pulling and tugging. Trying to get the skirt to come down. Well, it wouldn't come down because that was the length of the skirt, short. And I couldn't wait to get home. And let me tell you, I was so damn miserable in that skirt. When I got out that bitch, I threw it in the trash. Now that was for me. It made it made me so uncomfortable. Constantly digging and pulling and yanking and I couldn't put up with it anymore. I threw it away. I guess I could have gave it to somebody. Somebody would have been glad to get it because it was the new thing that was out, the new rave. These were the mini skirts. Yeah, but it wasn't mini for me. Me and Minnie never got along. So anything that was like 2 or 3 inches below my knee, yes. Above, that was not for me. Now what they're doing now, to answer your question there, they're wearing them 3 or 4 inches above the knee, and they don't seem to want to mind showing the cheeks of their ass in when they wear the shorts. And some of them really have nice shapes, and they show them off like they're in the Macy's window. And this is the way they're making the outfits now. Show your stomach, show your back, little thing go in your navel, show your breasts so you look like you're wearing a bra out there. And some women have women that have very healthy breasts. And I mean, to wear something like that without wearing a jacket or a light cover up top over it, it really looks horrible. You see one thing in your eye, but people see another thing in their eye. And I mean, you don't leave anything for a guy to say, ooh, I wonder what's under there. I wonder if she got such and such under there or such. You don't leave none one, you got it all hanging out for him to look at. It may be the thing, it may be the fashion, but sometimes it's better not to go with the fashion. It's always best to leave them guessing. I like the way her style, and I like the way she does things. She kind of holds back, and she doesn't let everything just hang out for you, there for you to see. It's some things are really ridiculous, and I know our parents wouldn't have let us wear nothing like that, even out the door. Even if you had to go to your friend's house and change your clothes. With a lot of this stuff that they wear now, ain't no way in hell you walk out the door wearing that stuff and your mama not say nothing to you. Yes, a lot of things have changed, and a lot of things need to be changed back. But you know what our basic problem is? That, as soon as we get a certain age where we've been out there so long trying to make it on our own, and you think you're grown because you got to pay an electric bill, or you got to help mama pay a gas bill, or you got to do a whole lot of things that a young teenager wouldn't have to do, but they have to do now because things are so high priced now. The gas and the electric and the water bills and stuff like that. And when you do these things now, you think you're grown. So you don't want nobody to tell you nothing. And you don't want to listen to anybody. And you think that make you grown. Well, that don't make you grow. And especially if you say, oh, I got a baby. What the? A baby? A baby ain't nothing, babe. A baby is just somebody extra to hook on that you got to teach you something. Because if you fully can't read, what the hell is you going to do with a baby? You can't teach that baby. Because you don't fully know how to read. So you got to go back and do what you didn't do before. And you feel ashamed about yourself. Always trying to hide this, hoping miss this one, that one don't pick you for this and won't pick you for that. And you saying to yourself, I'm going back to school. I'm going to get this together, and I'm going to get it right. When you went out there and you stopped going to school with your friend and your girlfriend, what y'all think he was doing? You wasn't doing nothing but wasting time. Now you got to go back and do it right. Because you got somebody smaller depending on you to have it right. Who needs you to help them with this mess. Have you seen the math that they got out now? I'm telling you, it's ridiculous. Somebody that sat down and thought of a different way to write it down. But you get the same answer that you would have got if you had done it in the olden way. You know, but you got to do it the way they tell you to do it, or you haven't done anything. Or you get it wrong. Or it make you feel like you're stupid. And it's really, I think it's really ridiculous the way they have done it now. So, let me tell you something. On that note, you never stop growing. You never stop being educated and showing you which way to go and what to do. There are so many ways to go. But this thing about being grown and going out there doing grown things, yes, you can do grown things, but that don't make you grown. It takes a village, believe me. And it ain't just one. It takes a village. I mean, I could do something on 15th Street, and by the time I got down to 25th Street, everybody knew about it except me, and got beat up when I got home. Why? Hey, they didn't have telephones like they do now. My God, I guess I would have got shot on the way. But the way they have telephones now, they'd have had a picture of me. You know? Commit the crime or doing what? What? Okay, in school? Oh, man. I wouldn't have stood a chance. Okay, in school. Woo! I tell you, my mother, she wouldn't say nothing to you at first. Let everything be all right. And you just go and take your bath and maybe go and lay down or something like that, and all of a sudden it seemed like hell broke loose and thunder and lightning, and you wonder what done got into her. She had lost her mind and she went crazy, hitting all over me. What's wrong with you, woman? Oh yeah, I talked to Miss Helen or Miss Wing Wang or whoever, and she told me she seen you this afternoon. And I'm sorry myself, seen me this afternoon. Seen me do what? What the hell did I do? And then I thought about it. Oh, I was with my girlfriend and we was working in school. Yeah, all 3 or 4 of y'all. We didn't do nothing. We didn't learn a damn thing but how to hook a little bit more. But guess what? They might have been hooking, but I wasn't. But I'm going to tell you, my mother would pick up a broom, pick up a stick, anything that was in her way at that time. And if you was in the way, guess what? You learned how to get out of the way. And you learned not to be seen by Miss Helen or whoever. I'm telling you, it was really something. So, yeah, no, some things don't never change. Some things should, but they never do.
Okay. Next question says, my mom called me about a month ago and was complaining about her car, saying it runs hot. It stops on her at one point. She said it started riding slow on the highway, about 15 miles per hour. She later told me her boyfriend found a deal for her to get another car, but she was short $2,500. I offered to give her the money. I put off paying for my summer classes in order to give her the money she needed. She gets the new car, but a few days ago I found out she is still driving the old car. I am pissed. I expressed to her that I do not understand why she is still using the old car when I sacrificed going to school to help her get a new one. She tells me that she uses both cars. The new one is her main car, but she drives the old one too sometimes. To me, that makes no sense at all. And I told her that. If I would have known the old car was drivable, I would have never gave up school for her new car. My mom told me I hurt her feelings by thinking she would deceive me, but that is exactly what she did. My question to you is, how can I smooth things over with her but still stand my ground?
Stand your ground, tell her how much you love her, how much you need her, but that's what you do when you do that shit. You do the same thing. You've done it a million times. Don't say you haven't, because you have. We don't tell the truth a lot of times, or didn't tell the truth a lot of times when we should have, when we needed something. We wanted to get what we wanted to get. It just so happened that situation was turned around on you, and now you see what it's like and know how it feels for someone to do that with you. Don't ever stop loving your mother, because she is your mother and she has tried all these years. And if she hadn't, you wouldn't have had sense enough to want to even go to college or have to earn the money to be able to do the things for her that you have done. Look at it. You at least had the privilege of being able to say, Mama, here's that $2,500 that you needed. You know, it would have been worse if you didn't have it to give to. At least you did. You know, she gave you that inhibition, that get up and go, to want to be able to do the things that you can do now. You know, and she knows that you love her. But don't let her know you love her. And tell her, hey, Mom, you got over on me like I got over on you, but we'll see what happens the next time. You know, she might not have actually meant it the way that it came out. But you know, sometimes all this modern stuff that's out here, we like modern stuff. Seniors like modern stuff, but sometimes it never fits that foot like the old one do. It's not as comfortable, and you feel better riding the old one or wearing the old one better than you do wearing the new one. So you fart and you fool around, you don't tell the truth about it, hoping you won't discover that it was for somebody else and not for yourself. And I don't like the idea that she used the money to get him a car. But because I feel as though he a man, he ought to be able to help his own damn self. As long as she ain't trying to take care of him. You know, as long as she ain't trying to be no sugar daddy. She want to be sugar daddy. Sugar woman, she ought to be it on her own. Out of her own pocket. You got to be that out your own pocket. You know, that's my sense. But go on and forget about it. Love her as you always have. Just talk to her about it. That's all. That's all you can do.
All right. I'm 26-year-old cancer survivor. I was 18 years old when the dentist found the infection abscess that was growing and causing my teeth to loosen was actually a malignant tumor. My treatment consisted of 5 rounds of heavy chemo, heavy radiation, and multiple surgeries. January 27th this year, I had my 32nd surgery. That was my fourth 22-hour operation. The tumor was in my left sinuses, which caused heavy damage to my face. My surgeon has used all parts of my body to reconstruct it. Both my legs and hips, my left hip, piece of my ear, and my skull, and my abdomen. The left side of my face is permanently damaged, and I am missing my whole top left side of my teeth. I am now 26 years old in my 7th year of remission. Although I am very blessed that I'm a survivor, and thank God, often I still have a hard time living my life. For the first few years, I spent my days locked in the house with all the blinds closed. I didn't answer the door, still don't, or answer the phone. I had shut the world completely out. I was once a very popular and outgoing person, but now it's hard for me to go out in public with large crowds. I only go where it's minimum people and I don't have to really speak. I only go out when it's work, for work, doctor appointment, or close family functions. I do not want to start hanging back out, dating, and just living my life. I know how to survive, I just don't know how to live. I would love to hear your thoughts on how I can regain, if not all, then a piece of my life back comfortably.
You can only take back, baby, what you want. Live yourself life as a day at a time. Look at it this way, you could be dead. You can't live no kind of life in the grave. Like the man told God, nobody can't praise you from the grave. It's impossible. You glad he gave you that. He gave you your life back. He didn't have to give you that. We say you had it back for 7 years now. Because you took in that
You wanna go upstairs?
precious 7 years and hid it. Instead of praising God and thanking him for the miracles that man has been able to learn how to do. I mean, maybe you don't look like Marilyn Monroe and all those good things, but some of us don't look like that way, no way. Come in the world looking like that and live that life. You came in the world one way and you're going to go out another. But look at it. You're still here. And I rise. And I rise. You thank him for that. You don't feel sorry for yourself. You're breathing. Go on out there and live your life and be happy. There's so many people who don't have anything, babe. You don't even have a glass to get a glass of water in. You have that. You have clothes to wear. You have food to eat. You have a roof over your head. You have a job. So what? You don't look like Marilyn Monroe. But you still got your health. Praise God for his wonderful miracles. Go on, live your life. And thank him each and every day. Not every other day or every 3 or 4 days. Every day. I want to hear about you.
Alright. This one says, I'm a 27-year-old mother from Michigan. Recently, me and my ex decided to get back together. He moved into my home and everything was going well until one night when my ex decided to go through my phone and found texts of me sexting an old friend that's sending naked pictures to somebody. I wasn't planning on sleeping with the old friend. I was just sexting him for entertainment. Now, after I've apologized and decided not to speak to my friend, my ex still won't act like he wants to work on things. I've tried to talk to my ex while we are at home and he ignores me or has a one-word response. Please help.
You know better than that. What the hell was you thinking about? Come on now. Or you just trying to have your cookie and eat it too, huh? You can't do that all the time. You really want to? Keep working at it. Keep talking to them. And let them know that you can be trusted. The worst thing in the world, is you feel as though you can't trust your partner, your mate, or whoever. You know, that's a horrible feeling. And if I can't turn my back on you, and I feel as though you're doing this and that behind me, but what I need with you? What I need with you? You can't be trusted. You can do better than that. Go ahead and keep trying, but you know what? What he won't do, somebody else will. And maybe it was meant to come out that way. Maybe it wasn't going as luscious or wonderful like you said it was. You know what I mean? Sometimes things pop up just to see what's going to happen or what's going to come out of that relationship. So if it don't, yeah, you won't do, what he won't do somebody else with. He ain't the only apple on that tree. Shake that baby.
I'm 17-year-old graduating from high school. I guess you graduated now. Over the years, I struggled with my relationship with my parents. They are what you call overprotective. Throughout high school, I was very rebellious. If they told me not to, I'd do it anyway. Getting in trouble so much before has caused them not to trust me, and it's frustrating. They don't let me do anything. Although I'm about to graduate, they still treat me like a baby, and I can't stand it. Hell, it seems as if they don't care that I'm graduating, not even proud. I wish I was moving away this summer to college, but they wouldn't let me do that either. When I even mentioned moving away, my mom cried and didn't speak to me for 4 days. They made me go to a school 15 minutes away from home, and their excuse was it was saving them money. I really feel like I need to find myself and make decisions on my own. Instead, I'm locked away at home, babysitting my siblings and obeying their every rule. Is it me? Am I the spoiled brat, or are they smothering me? Please help.
They're smothering you. They realize you're growing up and you're getting ready to leave that nest. She may still really need you to help her do some things that, since you mentioned siblings, that she wouldn't be able to do if you weren't around. But since you said you did show your ass, and that's what made them pull you in closer, you really caused the problem in the first place. Now you gotta uncause it and take your time and ease your way back out of it. Or you just tell them how you feel about it. Sometimes you could play around with things, and after a while it'll come out how you feel. And then sometimes the best thing for you to do is just say exactly what's up and how you feel about it. And if they can't take it, then that's on them. Because let me tell you something. This is your life, not theirs. They cannot live their life. They can try to live their life through you now. But that's up to you. Take it easy. Take it slow. You see what happened with graduation, and you're probably going to get a summer job. You didn't say anything about college.
She did.
But did she?
They're making her go to a school 15 minutes away.
Oh, okay. Make you go to a school 15 minutes away. Well, that don't mean you can't get a job and help earn your way to change things to make it the way you want to change it. It ain't got to be their way now. Come on now. Life ain't over. You know. Do it your way. You're going to do this your way. But, well, let me know what happens.
Alright, this last one says, I'm 21 years old and I moved from Atlanta to Springfield, Massachusetts in 2012 to see my sister and spend time with her. She's 26 years old and she's my half sister moving on along. When I moved up here, I didn't know I had an SSI check and food stamp since I was... What is going on? Let me try to start over and read this. I'm 21 years old and I moved from Atlanta to Springfield, Massachusetts in 2012 to see my sister and spend time with her. She's 26 years old. She's my half sister moving on along. When I moved up here, I didn't know I had an SSI check and food stamps since I was little. My sister helped me get all of that. Fast forward to now, I stay at my sister and she works and go to school. She's been here. Where are the periods and the... Oh, I can't. I stay at my sister and she works and go to school. She been at her mom's for 4 months. I made her the payee of my SSI check. I get $800 in food stamps, $175, and the rent is not $150 for one bedroom. but she's not giving me one dime on my SSI check or my food stamps. She has all that, and I don't know what she doing with it. I'm just had to move back to Atlanta ASAP with my aunt and dad. Plus, she put a restraining order on me that I hit. I don't believe this story.
Keep reading it.
I don't believe it. It's already finished. What did they want you to say?
She's taking advantage of it.
Yeah, and he knows that.
You know, and well, she's been doing it so long, and he's never said anything, or maybe never realized what was going on until now. You know, he can have them check it,
Mm-hmm.
and they can get him a different payee if he complains. They can get him a different payee. It's going to hold up his checks, but it's better to hold him up than for his money to go for something else that it's not supposed to go to. What did he say? Rent was $900.
Talking about for bedroom was $950, and he already.
What kind of damn bedroom is that? I mean, he could buy a house. He could pay mortgage for that type of money.
And why he need her to take his money?
God, if he could think for himself, something's right.
Well, maybe that's why that. You know what? Let me be quiet.
Something ain't right in Denmark somewhere. If he could, if she's managing his money and then he don't get none of his money to spend. He has to be able to think for himself, you know. And if you're not if you're not satisfied, go to the Social Security people or whoever, and you complain, and they will look into it.
Mm-mm-mm. All right, this comes from Instagram. They want to know, how do you know when somebody doesn't belong in your life anymore?
When they don't make you smile anymore, they don't make you sing. When you get so you hate seeing them, and you're not glad to see them, that's when you know. When you would rather be someplace else than to be with them. That's another way, you know. It's a lot of ways you know within your heart. So if you know any of those ways right there, then it's over with. Sometimes it's not such a terrible thing for something to be over with. It only shows that you outgrow this person. It only shows that you're growing up, that you're getting older, that you're expanding, that you're reaching out to the world. It don't always mean a bad thing. You know, I mean, maybe it's a good thing a lot of times to go out there and have somebody new or to find somebody new. You don't always, like people, they get together maybe when they little kids in grade school and stuff like that, and after a certain amount of years, they start to grow away from one another. When you're younger and you say to yourself, I'm going to marry you, but that don't necessarily say that you are, you know, or you're going to be with that person always. You try to make it be that way because you always said it would be that way, but that doesn't necessarily make it so. So, change a lot of times is good. It ain't always sad.
This one says, I would like advice on the issue. I want to build a relationship with my estranged mother who lives in North Carolina, but I live in Texas. My dad died before I was born, so I know nothing about him nor his family. My mom never seemed to care for me, but I'm serious about building a relationship with her. I will call her, but she would quickly hang up the phone hand the phone to someone else. She's been on drugs for about 25 years. My grandma raised me, but died a few years ago. I'm really alone in this world. Should I continue to try with my mom or forget it?
try. God gave each of us one mother and one father. He didn't say too much about dad, so you know dad is gone. Grandma's gone. And try your best. That's all you can do, sweetheart. You trying your best. If she still don't wanna, maybe she don't wanna, it's not because of you that she don't wanna be around you. Maybe she feels as though she don't wanna make things bad for you. Maybe she feels like by her not being out of your life, by her being out of your life will be more wonderful. That you'll have more things in life. You'll be more happier. You know. So, go ahead and keep trying. But don't forget to keep breathing, like the man said. Keep breathing in and out. Breathing in and out, nice and slow. Breathe in and out. Go on and live your life. Because guess what? If she doesn't take advantage of it, that's her loss, not yours, sweetheart. That's her loss. We thank God that you can still be here. But you remember one thing. When you start having that family of yours, and going to be a father one day, a husband, a grandpa, and all those things that fall in line. That's her loss, not yours. You keep on trying. God love you. Keep God in your hand in God's hand. You'll be all right. You won't make it.
No,
Don't worry about it.
The last one says, why don't people accept that you forgive them but you still don't want nothing to do with them?
Well, that's a complicated thing. A lot of times, you can forgive people for the things that they've done, but you just don't have the trust that you had before. See, trust is a very, very, very important thing to have with each other. Whether it's your wife, your friend, your buddy, you know, whoever. You all trust each other too. It's just like your girlfriend. You call her up and you tell her blah, 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 this and that, and this. Well, you don't expect her to go out there and tell the whole world everything you told her. You expect her to be able to keep secrets or whatever else about you. And that's with anything or anybody. You trust each other, but when the trust is gone, what can you say? It's over with. You gotta leave that person alone. Trust is very important. Man or woman. They know, oh, that bastard was out there cheating with me. He did so and so and so and so. I found her panties in my car. Or I found her panties under my bed. He know better than that. He know better than to do anything like that. Why would you do something like that? Because you stop respecting, you stop giving of yourself, you stop being understanding, you stop loving. But I'm telling you, when it get like that, you just let go. And sometimes you just can't forget it. You forgive when you can forgive, but you don't forget. You don't forget. You don't walk back into the same thing all over again. And that's how it is with some people. You know, they'll forgive you, okay. Buy so-and-so this and that, all right, but I know how you did me the last time. You know. They're not going to talk about it. They're not going to throw it up in your face. They're not going to rub it in on you or anything like that, but they just let it go.
Alright, you can wrap it up.
Now I need you to push them buttons. I need you to tell me, I need some love and some hugging. I need that too. Everybody needs that. And every time you push them buttons, loving and hugging, that makes me understand that, hey, somebody's watching me or somebody do care Well, somebody's interested in what I have to say or my opinion, and it makes me feel good. So, like I said, you give me some suggestions or things you want to hear about, or things you want me to talk about, or whatever, and I'll do the best I can. I know everybody needs a little bit of guidance, and I need just as much guidance as the next person. Yeah. So, I'll see you next week. You push them buttons for me. And tell somebody else about me.
Bye.
Love you.